Chiba had a different style, more Japanese. I think he's more powerful. I think he's more intense. Even though Bruce Lee's as intense as you can get, Sonny Chiba was just, I mean, but we're talking about an entirely different style. Bruce Lee's in Chinese system, and it's a whole different system. But what Bruce did was he broke out of what was traditional and he started going against the grandmasters because he wanted to use his strong side forward and do different things. He was even the first person who started sharing his techniques with outsiders outside of the Chinese, and which upset a lot of people. But Bruce Lee took it to another level. He was like almost like a scientist or a doctor. He would investigate and he would work out on it and try to discover the best ways. And this is how you. I had researched him a little bit myself, and I thought he just stopped, after he did a few of his films, but no, he kept on making films. And I don't know what it was, if it was the companies he was associated with, the movies, a lot of it has to do with your story itself, and then the soundtrack of the movie and the editing, who was choreographing the film, all that. And I think you're right. Sonny Chiba's performance was more gutter. It was just more, intense and violent. And then Bruce Lee took more of the aesthetic beauty and then incorporated that into the techniques. Bruce Lee's spinning kicks were just beautiful to watch, and Bruce Lee, all of the emphasis was on him. People lived and died by Bruce Lee when he was in his heyday. People don't realize it. I just remember when he passed away, there was 1 million people that went to his funeral. I can't tell you. I don't think anyone I know now that would die, there'd be 1 million people at his funeral. But that's how much the world loved Bruce Lee. They were just in love with him, but it's because of him, his character's personality. Hollywood has what they call the it factor. And there's no right or wrong about it. He has or she has the it factor. When you see somebody on film that smiles and has that golden look, and Bruce Lee fell in that category, he had that it factor. Man, as soon as he would just look into the camera and do his gyrations and his intensity and the facial expressions he would make, he just captured the world. Everybody would just lean towards the TV and just watch this guy.
Roper, Williams.
Self-sufficient.
A fortress without walls, protected by an invincible army that needs no ordinary weapons. This is Enter the Dragon, the first martial arts film produced by a major Hollywood studio. John Saxon is Roper. He was in it for the money. U.S. karate champion Jim Kelly as Williams. He was there because he had no choice. Black Belt Hall of Fame undisputed martial arts champion and international film star Bruce Lee. His job was to get them out alive.
I'm hoping you'll join us, represent us in the United States. You want me to join this?
Roper, Williams, and Lee. Just when they think they've broken the secret of the island, they find there is no escape from the inscrutable Han. Warner Brothers presents Enter the Dragon, where the world's greatest martial arts athletes meet the ultimate challenge with the most ancient and deadly of weapons, the human body. Enter the Dragon from Warner Brothers.